What's up, my peeps? How are you guys doing? My name's Tucker, and this is Tuck Notes, Beginner Stock Talk. Normally, I have a video on Monday, but my resource didn't post anything, so that's why there wasn't any videos yesterday. Just to give you a heads up, if you were wondering. I love you guys. I don't want to miss you. I know we all miss each other. We have this weird internet relationship, whatever. But I love you guys. You're the best. You believe in me, and that makes me more confident about what I'm doing, and win-win. So let's jump into it. Ready? Got your pencil, paper? Let's go. All right. What we're going to talk about today are two stocks. One is mainly NIO, and the second is XPEV. We've talked about these stocks multiple times in the past, and now there's more news that's coming out about these two stocks that is making me more curious. Before I was really just, and again, anybody that's watching this, I am a beginner stock investor. I started probably 7 months ago in May. So I don't know everything. I'm just giving that, I'm throwing that now so you guys know that, okay? But I've got good street smarts and intuition. And you can believe that because I have these followers that are still following me. Whatever I'm saying is making... So let's jump into NIO, all right? What happened? Remember that we talked about there was that NIO day, and it was gonna be it was over the weekend, and they were gonna release and show their newest featured car. It's a sedan, and so I want to figure out where to start off in my notes, and I apologize. I don't have any editing. This is it. I write. But whatever, it's still on point. So I'm just going to jump into it. I've got ADD. I'm all over the place sometimes. I'm telling you this ahead of time so you don't be like, oh, Tuck, what's going on with Tuck? He's just all over the place. I'm letting you, it happens sometimes, but just go with the flow. You can always rewind it and replay what I say, okay? So with NIO, the big news is after NIO Day, NIO was to offer, NIO got offered, let me read this the right way so I can say it to you. Big news is NIO offered at 1 point. So the big news is NIO, after NIO Day, NIO offered $1.3 billion in convertible notes. I'm reading this, sorry, verbatim, off of what I read on Marketplace, or Watch. Convertible notes split into 650 million notes due in 2026 and 650 million due the year after. Net proceeds, well, this is my favorite part. Net proceeds will go to general corporate purposes and, and to further strengthen its cash and balance sheets positions. How vague can you get? Seriously, man. If you got a brain and you're street smart, you can read through the lines of this and be like, all right, I see what you're saying. And what are they saying? Okay, we're going to basically dilute our stock and just buy it. I am NIO, and I'm going to buy a bunch of NIO stocks, so I dilute my price so more people can come in and buy it. Exactly, and this is where I jump into my analogy when we've talked about nano dimensions, and it's capital, I'm learning the vocabulary, the stock market vocabulary, so bear with me on my verbiage. However, what I'm trying to say is that nano dimensions historically, according to my source, and I'm sure other people will say the same, is they let people buy up the stock market, like NIO or United Dimensions will go up. Like, let's just use fictitious numbers. NIO or NNDM goes from $8 to $9. Big jump. You just made $100 or whatever, and then it keeps going up, and it becomes more expensive for people to buy. So the company realizes that the buyers can't afford to buy the stock, so the company itself buys its own stocks and dilutes or decreases the price the actual price of what it was down to what they want it to be, so that more people can jump in. And this is what a lot of companies do in the stock market world. They dilute it. I mean, Elon Musk is the puppet master of this. But that's what happens, and so you got to be careful when that stuff happens. So it's sketchy with these things. Now, going back, that was a side swipe on that one. Went way over on the left. I'm sorry. Let's get back to what I'm talking. Actually, that wasn't that much of a side swipe, but the dilution part is a big thing, and understanding that Nano Dimensions and NIO, they're doing the same thing, and I'm figuring this out as I'm talking to you right now. And I remember my mentor talking about this previously multiple times about Nano Dimensions, and that's why I'm not a big fan of it, because I don't know when those big men will come in and dilute the price. So it's too whatever. So we've talked about Nano Dimensions dilutions to raise capital gains for us or investors. So when there's positive news comes out, catalyst, it sells off. We've seen this. I've said this. You've seen it. It's talked about. We've heard about it. And this is just becoming more of a pattern. And if you hear it more than 3 times, it's probably going to happen again. Like, I don't know. That's just my own gut talk or whatever you want to say. And so NIO, at the time that this was filmed, was $66. This is yesterday, by the way. $66.99. And then when the news broke out about what I just said, this $1.3 billion in convertible notes, blah, 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 that diluted the stock price of NIO down to $62.47. $4 difference. That is a big difference when you have lots of shares. That's a lot of money that you can lose. So there are new support lines for the future, and these are the ones that you want to pay attention to. Support lines meaning potentials that you could buy in, because these are the support lines that we've seen in the past. And well, basically the lowest support line is $40. That is the lowest you will see NIO go. Newer, like now with this dilution, and if you're curious about getting into NIO, you can, these are the numbers. So write these down: $56, $58, $50, or $40. So within that range is a good price to buy NIO, because we can expect NIO to reach $100 within the next year or a few months, depending on their expansion. And they are going to Europe. They're going to expand in Europe. And so in this video I watched a video within the video of the CEO of NIO talking or being interviewed by an analyst. and he asked a bunch of really good questions. And I tried to take as many notes as I could, but they have this new sedan, and it is the first autonomous self-driving NIO car. And the man that was interviewing the CEO asked, so what do you say, how much is this car cost? Like, in US dollars. And it is like, it's about $70,000 for this NIO car. So that's like $70,000 for a new car, and the US car, like a BMW, not a US car, but other cars that are good, you could get a Tesla for this. I mean, come on. And so the next question was, what NIO model could you equate the equivalency to Tesla? And he said the ET7, the NIO ET7 is like equivalent to the Model S. This is according to the CEO of NIO. That's what he said. NIO has, this is the plans for the growth and the future of gains in you and our pocket. NIO's expansion to Europe, they're expanding to European markets, and they wanted it, how to introduce their product to new countries. All right. Okay, so what does NIO have plans for the future? Yes. And yes, what are their plans? To expand to Europe and kind of like introduce NIO. They didn't, you know, these guys, when they talk, they're so freaking vague. It's hard to understand it, but I usually, we'll get into it. You know, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm having too many thoughts. All right. I don't know if NIO is equivalent to the Model S ET7, the NIO ET7, but don't forget this. I wrote this in here too. NIO is, NIO just partnered up with NVIDIA. So that is a very big plus catalyst, because if you know NVIDIA, and I know NVIDIA kicks ass, and they're great at computer graphics and gaming, and all their electronics will probably be NVIDIA related. That's just Tucker's thought. That's not anyone else's, just my thought. I'm just thinking out loud, talking out loud. And so that's the big deal. That's the news with NIO. We're moving on to the next one. I'm sorry this is a long video, but I'm trying to get all of my information to you in the most understandable way. So XPEV, ticker symbol XPEV, you know that, all that stuff. It's riding at right now at $54. Well, at the time it was filmed, it was $54.30. Just remember, this video is from yesterday's news, not today's news, okay? The main news with XPEV is Chinese electric car startup XPEV gets $2 billion in credit from state-owned banks. What does that mean? Well, I can guess. Now the next, look guys, when I say something, if I don't know something, I'm going to tell you, I don't know what this means. I'm not going to just pretend like I know what I'm talking about. So I don't know what that means. Chinese electric car startup XPEV gets $2 billion in credit from state-owned banks. I don't understand what that means, but it's a positive catalyst. I'll put a little plus next to it. The next one is XPEV has a big tech edge over other Chinese peers. Bank of America, due to their autonomous, so Bank of America is backing up, this is what I remember. Bank of America is backing up XPEV, probably financially, because they believe in XPEV and their potentials. And man, I'm doing a bad job on XPEV, but I don't really care about XPEV that much, but I'm sure you guys do, and I have to give it to you. So, no, there is one more important part. XPEV, you remember it hit its 52-week high at pretty much $75 or $74.99. Sorry for my nose. And now it's at $54, or I don't even know. Maybe it's lower than that today. But usually, always, look, there was some big news about XPEV. So what is that? Same thing with NIO. There's a sell-off. So probably there's a sell-off today. I don't know. I haven't looked at XPEV yet. I could be wrong. But it's good to know that Bank of America is involved in XPEV. That's an American company, working with a Chinese company. That's good. So here's the big pitch on XPEV and right now. What is the buy price to get into XPEV? $46.07 or $40. That's the lowest you can see XPEV go. That's the low support line. However, we could see but now here's the catch. If other banks start saying, like JP Morgan or what were the other names that they're saying? Goldman Sachs start giving little pitches about, oh yeah, XPEV is just hot as rock, or blah blah blah. One little blurb just makes it go up. It's so sensitive. The stock market is the most sensitive girlfriend I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding. So its high was $75, and we're now around $46, or it was $54, and it's gonna it could go down more. And so if you buy it now, you'll be good. Or you can wait and get a little bit lower and gain a little bit extra more cash. And it's a good, according to my source, it's a good risk reward, because you're going from something that could go down to potentially $40, and its high is $75, and we could see this jump from $40 to $70 within this year or next few months, because of their I'm doing such a bad job on this, guys. I'm sorry. But basically, if you want to get involved in XPEV, you want to get involved in it now. Buy it now. Do not sell it. Hold on to it for like 3 or 4 months, and wait for it to go up to its all-time high, $75, and you profit what, $20-$30 or something, depending on how many stocks you buy, and then you can just get rid of it or hold on to it, and it could go up. Who knows? But that's the deal. I've made too long of a video. I love you guys. If you like my videos, if you're still watching the video, I'm going to give you a cookie right now. All right. And the cookie is going to be, because you're so nice and still listening to me, if you remember, all right, a couple cookies, because I only got a couple minutes. Get into the Bitcoin industry. All right. That's where it's at. But we can't right now because for some reason everything's locked. Go figure. I don't understand how that's possible, but whatever. And we're locked out right now. And I've mentioned this before, Mara, these are the ticker symbol MARA and CAN, are two mining companies that are directly or indirectly related to Bitcoin. So if if Bitcoin's going down, these will go down. If Bitcoin goes up, these companies will go up. So they're like the sister, brother sister to the mother, playing catch up in the American stock market, and not the crypto. But they're somewhat parallel and combined. And so that's that. If you like my video, I'll tell you one other one to check out. Ticker symbol TYME. Get in on that now. I got it at $1.15. It's now almost $2. And I've watched it for the last like 2 weeks. Still watching this? Get in on it. That's a good one right now. All right, I love you guys. Check me out later, or let's check. We'll talk later tonight when I get my next debriefing. Follow me on YouTube, Tuck Notes, Instagram at TuckerMLO, and check out my blog at #Tucksblog. I love you. I'm so sorry for such a long video, but I had to make it because I love you guys and I miss you. All right, bye.